Hi everybody, today I would like to take you through the basics of setting up Quota in your oVirt 3.1 WebAdmin. Before I'll start, if you would like to learn more about Quota, you can check out our latest video that handles Quota and its role in the system. As you can see, I'm already logged into oVirt 3.1 WebAdmin, and I've got my basic setting, I've got my data centers and some virtual machines. And we're gonna work today with DC1, our data center. I'm gonna click it and then click edit. And as you can see, the quota mode is set up to disable. This is the default. I'm gonna set it to audit. Now we also have a third option, which is enforce. When the quota is enforced in the system, the quota would limit the user or the administrator from doing things that would exceed the quota. So when we're only using the audit mode, we only get the logs down here in the bottom, but we won't be stopped from doing anything inside the system. So if you are a beginner to Quota, you can start by using the audit mode and you won't be blocked from doing anything in the system. Okay, let's go ahead and start. We've changed our data center, and now I'm going to select it from the tree right here on the left, DC1. And I've got my Quota tab right here on the right. I'm going to select this one, and as you can see, I already have two quotas in this system. Now I actually chose a data center which already had a quota in it, but if you're gonna add quota and enable quota on a data center which had no quota till now, then you would have to go through all of the virtual machines and disk and select quota for each and every one of them. So what we suggest is you start with a fresh new data center and work with the quota from the beginning. Okay, let's go ahead and add a new quota. Let's call it quota D. Well, quota C. Okay, and we can add a description, which we would leave empty for now. And the quota actually have two parts. The upper part is the limitation of memory and CPU. We call that the runtime quota, and the lower part is the storage part, which limit the storage. So I'm gonna go ahead and edit the first part. I'm gonna limit the use of memory in my system. Let's click the limit 2, and I'm gonna select 1 GB of memory, and I'm gonna click OK. Now you might notice that we've got these two options, all clusters and specific clusters. So we can either edit a quota for all of the clusters in our data center or for specific clusters in our data center. And this is what I'm gonna do for the storage. I'm gonna edit this for the specific storage domains. So I click this, and then I get the list of the storage domain available on my system, and I'm gonna select them both, and I can edit the quota for each and every one of them. Limit this to 10 GB of disk space, and the second one also limit to 10 GB of disk space. And this is practically all, but you can also see here these two scroll bars with the markings. The left marking is the threshold. The threshold is a marking which tells the system when would you like to be first notified about the quota gonna be exceeded. So in this example for the storage, okay, if we are on 80% now, then when the consumer would consume 8 GB out of the 10 GB of the quota, we would be first notified that the quota is about to be exceeded. The second marking is the grace zone. So this is the grace marking, and it's always above 100%, and the default is 120. And this is actually, it would give you another layer of flexibility when using the quota, because when the user would use this quota, for example, and try to consume the 10 GB, he would actually be allowed to continue and consume the quota until he reaches 12 GB, which is 120% out of the 10 GB. It won't be stopped, but of course we get notification telling us that the user exceeded his quota. Let's go ahead and click the OK button, and we now have a new quota, quota C. Let's click it, and let's edit the consumers on the subtab right here. I'm gonna click the add button, and I'm gonna select consumers. Now this quota was designed for the students, so I'm gonna select the student list, click the OK button, and now every user on the student list can consume from quota C. Okay, that's all for now. We've got our quota all set up. Our next stage would be to add virtual machines and assign them to the quota, and we're going to see this on our next video. If you will learn more about oVirt, visit us on www.ovirt.org or contact us at users@ovirt.org. Thank you for watching.